Yo, what's going on, you sour seed? That's right, Miraidon is back thanks to some huge upgrades, or maybe just kind of just a huge upgrade from the black and white sets, and I'll explain why here in a second. But before I do, gotta give a huge shout out to Dragon Shield for sponsoring the channel and myself as a competitor in the Pokemon TCG space. Of course, you know me, love them for their card sleeves. If y'all looking for some recommendations, huge fan of their matte style of sleeves. And one of my favorite colors, some of my favorite colors, the blood reds, and then of course the magentas as well. Check them out, dragonshield.com. Link, of course, will be in the description, and code AzulGG will get you a discount over there as well. So like I said, there are some new cards in this deck for sure, but it feels like the one big upgrade for the deck, the biggest upgrade for the deck, is the Zekrom EX with that voltage burst attack for 2 lightning and a color, so it does 130 damage, and then 50 more damage for each prize card your opponent has taken. So like Miraidon in the past, the way we initiate, or the way we start drawing prize cards is through the Iron Hands with the Amp You Very Much that can KO 1 prize cards and get us 2, KO 1 prize Pokemon and get us 2 prize cards, or with the Miraidon with that Photon Blaster, KOing stuff like Pheasantipity or Ogerpon, things like that. But then from there, if there's an aggressive return KO on the Miraidon or the Iron Hands, one of the reasons Miraidon kind of fell out of favor as a deck is it was really hard to kind of combat those situations. The deck was much more aggressive, had much more options, and not even much more options, but you could just more aggressively do the same thing, like Iron Hands 2 times in a row, when we had stuff like Forest Seal Stone and the V Pokemon in the format. But without those, it's a lot harder to be able to get those first 4 prize cards and have a way to close out the game. But thanks to the Zekrom, it's not that hard to do that anymore. Like I said, the Voltage Burst, 130 plus 50 more damage. So if we attack with Iron Hands, we get ourselves 2 prize cards. Our opponent knocks out our Iron Hands. We're doing 230 damage with our Zekrom, which KOs stuff like Pheasantipity, like the Ogerpon. But if we pop Magneton, use that overvoltage discharge, and maybe that's even how we set up our Zekrom, all of a sudden we're doing 280 damage, which KOs stuff like Golden Go, like Raging Bolt. These are numbers we weren't able to hit before. And in this build specifically, I do have 2 Night Stretcher for some recovery, so we can go like Iron Hands into back-to-back Zekroms, or back-to-back Iron Hands into Zekrom to close out the game. There's still a lot to play around with the deck. Of course, another upgrade that the deck got, which I'm actually not convinced is worth playing. Magneton feels great, and I feel like we almost want to use it every single game. The other card we got was the Electric, and it's kind of sad to say, but I'm not even sure the Electric should be in here. It's in my current build as a 1-1, so we got 1-1 Magneton, 1-1 Electric. Magneton feels great, especially because it boosts Zekrom's damage without helping our opponent win the game any faster, if that makes sense. Our opponent still has to take 3 KOs to win the game, even if we give them a free prize card through the Magneton. So it doesn't really change the speed at which our opponent wins the game. We get to hit harder with our Zekrom, and we get 3 extra energy in play. We can still put the Electric in play alongside the Magneton, because once again, it's still 3 knockouts they have to take, but it's like a whole nother thing we have to set up, and only playing a 1-1 Magneton means that prize cards are going to get involved more often, or just having to find the card can be difficult. So I think maybe a 2-2 Magneton might be better than the Electric, but for anyone who doesn't know what the Electric does, it's got the Dynamotor ability. Once in your turn, you may attach a basic Lightning Energy card from your discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon. So pretty powerful ability. And I think there might be some more play to Electric in the future that doesn't have to be based around this like super fast, super aggressive Miraidon Lightning deck. There's a lot of different ways you could play the Electric, and maybe in the future it could be played more as like a 1 prize deck as well. So it's got a long future ahead of it. It doesn't have to be played in here. Another card that I was really impressed by actually that didn't come out in the black and white set has been the Zeraora. It's got that Thunder Raid attack for 3 Lightning Energy. Discard all energy from this Pokemon, then you do 210 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon EX. So it's limited to Pokemon EX. It only does 210 damage, but that KO stuff like Squawkabilly, like Mew, like Fez, not like Ogerpon, unfortunately, because it is a Terra Pokemon. But Fez really is the big one. Having like a whole new way to close out games as Miraidon that doesn't involve having to boss or gust at the end of the game with Prime Catcher or Counter Catcher is huge. This card has been super impressive. Like I said, it didn't come out in the black and white set. It actually came out in Destined Rivals, I think. DRI, is that Destined Rivals? That makes sense to me. Destined RI Rivals. Yeah, it came out in Destined Rivals. I don't think it would have been like good enough to make Miraidon a good deck. I didn't even try Miraidon back then. Maybe this was enough to put Miraidon over the top, but I feel like the Zekrom really is the big deal. Not only does Zekrom give you a way to KO stuff a little bit earlier than something like an Ursaluna would have if you go up against like a Golden Go or the Raging Bolt like I mentioned, but in the late game, being able to 1-hit KO stuff like Dragapult and like Charizard can also be a really, really big deal. So it kind of covers a wide range of options in the mid and the late game, which is something that the Miraidon deck was really missing from the Raichu V that we used to have, because Raichu V kind of covered those same situations. You can use it on turn 3 for 320 damage if you want, or you can do that in the late game as well. But ever since we lost Raichu V, we didn't have that flexible attacker that Raichu V was. But now with the Zekrom, when it's comboed with Magneton specifically, because giving our opponent that extra prize card is a really big deal to hit those numbers, all of a sudden we have that back in the deck once again. So Zekrom, only have it as a one-of. I don't have the Ursaluna in here right now as well, but like I said, still a lot to play around with. I could see 2 Zekrom being good. Like right now I have 2 Night Stretchers, so obviously that can become a second Zekrom, but you know, being able to find stuff through tandem unit is such a big part of this deck and keeps things super consistent and flowing throughout the game. So second Zekrom definitely could be better than one of these Night Stretchers for sure, just so we can tandem unit more aggressively and don't have to find the Night Stretcher. If we just have a Miraidon on board, it just finds what we need, of course. And like I said, Ursaluna, also something that could be considered. I don't have Defiance Band in this build either right now, but another thing that we could definitely consider adding back to the deck as well. But yeah, I'm super excited for Miraidon to be back. It definitely feels like it's back on the map. Very powerful deck right now. I think it's a little bit, I guess, underrated. No one's really playing it. But to talk about the rest of the list here real fast, going over the electric, Fezandipity, Mew for the draw power. Definitely would consider a second Mew. That's something to maybe try out. Also second Squawk ability, perhaps. That could also be another thing to try out. Iron Bundle, of course, for the bench manipulation. A lot of Gust. 4 Boss's Orders, Prime Catcher, and I still really like the Counter Catcher. Goes alongside the Magneton really, really well. 2 Research for Arven and 4 Boss for the supporter lineup. 4 Electric Generator, of course, for the Pokemon Search. 4 Nest Ball, 4 Ultra Ball. If we went to like a 2-2 Magneton, I could see maybe cutting 1 Ultra Ball, but it's really nice to be able to help us get Lightning Energy in the discard pile for the Magneton, and then just finding our Pokemon when we want them is also a pretty big deal. Decent amount of recovery with the double Night Stretcher. Not sold on this either. Super Rod could be something to consider as well. 1 switch to Air Balloon for the mobility. I don't have a future booster capsule in here currently. We do have a switch and a Prime Catcher that can help us move it, so I'm not convinced we really want a future booster capsule, but another thing to consider, of course. 1 a Bravery Charm. Always felt like this was pretty good in Miraidon. Still feel the same way so far, but I could definitely see cutting it. Another tool card that I've thought of is EXP Share, especially if we go down a more Magneton Zekrom based route, like a 2-2 Magneton plus 2 Zekrom maybe. I think EXP Share getting involved could be pretty good. The Wishful Baton, not the Wishful Baton, what is it called? Heavy Baton. The Heavy Baton is also another thing to consider for the Iron Hands. Just have to keep playing with the deck more to kind of flesh it out. And I'm currently sitting at 16 basic Lightning Energy. I think this probably could come down to 15 if you really needed to try and fit something else in the deck. All those other things that I mentioned would be considerations with further testing. Another thing that we don't play is a 2 energy attacker. Now, there's a couple different options here. There is the Tapu Koko EX 200 HP linked lightning to 60 plus 20 damage for each of our bench Pokemon. So it caps out at 160 damage. That's not really the point. The point of this card is that it attacks for 2 energy, which means you don't need to hit 2 energy off an electric generator, or you could if you whiff your attachment for turn to be able to get it attacking on that first turn of the game, going second to KO stuff like Dreepies and Ralts and stuff like that. The other consideration, I'm a little bit less sold on this one being worth the inclusion, but the reason it could be good is it is a 1 prize Pokemon, which is this Thundurus with the gigantic bolt. Does 140 damage, and while it's in the active, you do prevent all damage done to your bench Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. Not effects of attacks, so Dragapult would still be able to spread its damage around it. But yeah, 140 for 2 lightning is okay. KO stuff, once again, like the Dreepies, like the Ralts. And then it does 90 damage to itself, where it really starts to fall off, because now you can't really attack back-to-back turns with this thing. So that's like a little bit weird. Also, I just don't know if it's necessary to have a 2 energy attacker. Usually, if we can't get to the full Ampy very much with an Iron Hands, we can still get to the Arm Press pretty consistently on that first turn going second, and that does about the same thing as the Koko or the Thundurus would do. And like I said, the Thundurus, not a huge fan of it for those reasons. I think the last card to maybe consider as far as basic Pokemon goes, where I'm at right now, like I mentioned, the second Mew, maybe second Squawk ability, maybe second Zekrom, Ursaluna as well, but would be the Genesect with the Ace Nullifier ability. We have a decent amount of tool cards to put on it. The problem with this card becomes bench space, and I think I would maybe just value that bench space being a second Mew EX in play more often than not. Mew EX is a super big part of our draw engine in the deck. I mean, if you can call what we have going on in here a draw engine to begin with, just the 1 Fez and the 1 Mew, but you know, the draw power from Mew is super important. Pricing this thing sucks, and even if we don't prize it, having 2 of them in play does not feel bad, to be honest. So something to consider there. But yeah, that's it. That's my current take on Miraidon. Like I said, still a lot to play out. Hope those ideas give y'all some thoughts to make modifications to this build. But with that said, let's jump into some action, and I'll show y'all how to run it. Set up, play the game. Set up to play the game. Get the turn 2 Eel, get the turn 2 Magneton, stuff like that. So what do I look for here? An Iron Hands knockout here? It's gotta be a hands, right? Hands action. Cypher Maniac, bro. Code breaking? What is this? Is this like a double squawk quad code breaking build or something? Nah, bro. Nah, bro. What's cooking here? I don't know about that. I have no way to KO this guy, so if I use Iron Bundle here, they just push Iron Hands, right? Alright, we just reach for this guy, right? Oof, only 3 gens in the deck, though. Zeraora KO Squawk? Oh, wait, what the heck? That's genius. The Zeraora KO on the Squawk is actually absurd. Wait, holy smokes. That's actually insane. Holy. Do I get these two? I have my Super Rod for the Magneton later. No, I should probably target Tynamo. Nest Ball. Mew, draw some more cards. Wait, the early Zeraora is actually just so clutch. I grab Magnemite as well. Magnemite would give me the most options next turn, right? Does it have Night Stretcher? No, but I might add Night Stretcher. I currently play Super Rod, but I like Super Rod. Oh, I have no way to move! No way, bro! No way! That's what's stopping us here is the lack of mobility.
See, you should have added, freaking,
what were you guys gonna say?
where's your Latias, buddy?
Shut up, shut up, shut up. Nobody cares. We gotta load up our homie here anyways. Oh shoot, what is it? Discard? Discard all? Oh shoot, maybe I shouldn't have used the other one. Oh, hook the buddy Tynamo up, bro. Give him a piece. Piece of the pie. Yeah, homie might be stuck. We'll see. We should attach active. No, you never attach active there. Attaching active there is always a mistake. It could be correct to not attach, though. Not attaching is a reasonable play. Super Rod sucks. Another energy would just be better or anything else. No, you're definitely just wrong. How could you imagine being so wrong? Like, what the heck? Why even make this statement? You could have just said nothing. The Super Rod either needs to be a Super Rod or a Night Stretcher. It needs to be one of the two. There's a reason to not run Latias here. You just don't have bench space for it, basically ever. Alright, Zeraora is kind of sick. Why'd you attach a Dynamo? Because when it becomes electric, it has 2 retreat costs, so I don't want to get stuck in the active. You think he's staying this small, bro? He's gonna grow. Well, just makes more sense, to be honest. I don't know if that's true. I mean, being able to like quickly go like Arven for Night Stretcher is like kind of good. Yeah, being able to go Arvin for Night Stretcher is like pretty good. I'm not sure. Maybe a Super Art and a Night Stretcher. Maybe just 2 Night Stretchers. I could see 2 Night Stretchers being good. Having more energy in your discard pile is definitely better now than it used to be. But yeah. See, I told you they're gonna boss my Dynamo. Is it 2 to a Magnet and Eel? No, it's a 1/1 of each. Super Rod does nothing early game. Don't like it. I mean, I can't. You got me there. So Magneton to Zoro and take out his Fez? Probably. Well, no, I probably just KO his attacker here. I don't know, removing 4 energy from play. Even if they could draw, yeah, I think I remove the energy from play. It doesn't really matter what I do here, to be honest. We got some options. And we don't have the options yet, though. This guy is kind of cramping my style right now. Interesting. I think the correct play here is... Yeah, the correct play is just Zero Aura the Fez for sure. All right. So I can get my own Fez set up. I'm actually gonna draw. I'm just gonna Fez first. What? I don't want them to Zero Aura my Fez though, so put a little Bravery Charm there. If I load up Zekrom preemptively... Oh, no, wait. What if I load up Zero Aura and then I knock out the active with Zekrom? That could work, right? The only thing I'd be afraid of would be double Bravery Charm on Mew and Fez. Is that ever a thing? I feel like that's not a thing, right? And they would also have to kill my Zekrom here. Bonking him. Oh, I forgot that it damages itself. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I literally just forgot that was a thing, though. No shot that play 2 charms? No shot, right? No shot. Maybe when Squawk gets amped? Oh, shoot. They could be amping my Squawk here. I guess I could have not popped Magneton there, and I could have just Zero Aura'd and chilled, right? No, because then if they KO my Magneton... No. That's bad, actually. Because then what if they KO my Magneton with Iron Hands? Then I'm in trouble. Well, then I could use Miraidon to win the game, I guess. Attach Balloon for +1 restart? I don't think so, no. Assuming they're going to Baron Prey. Baron Prey just never works, so I have Zero Aura set up. Yeah, I have Zero Aura. Dude, Zero Aura is sick, bro. This card is disgusting. What the heck? Do it. Use Iron Bundle. Hey, what the heck? Why is this card so good? we still want to aggressively turn one attack Iron Hands, or what's the point of this deck? I mean, yeah, sure. Iron Hands is usually the initiator for most of our matchups, yeah. What do you mean? Did anyone say otherwise? Yo, they bench Latias. They definitely have 3 Bravery Charm. Yo, that 3rd Bravery Charm. When does the tourney start? There is no tourney today. Oh, let's talk about the invitational. Click on the link that gives you all the information. Yeah, if you're talking about the invitational, click the link with the message. Gives you the thing. I could put what's called in the thing though as well. I'll do that. Wait, literally the time is in the thing by the link as well. What the heck? I actually put the time there. I already did it. Hey, so did you ever end up upgrading your graphics card? No, not yet. Not that good. Oh, this shit is sick, man. What the heck? Dude, who the fuck is this? No one invited him to the party. Dude, nobody likes you. If they... All right, let me lock in. Lock in, chat. Lock in. If this is... What would I rather set up, an eel or a magneton? I'm leaning towards magneton, to be honest. I get my bench space back for 3 energy, which is like pretty good, I feel like. I could definitely get Iono'd here, so I kind of just want to play the generator. Do I want a nest ball for anything? Dude! What's the point, man? What's the point? I don't even get it. Why do we even play this card? All right, pass. If this is Grimmsnarl, I don't think we want to use Magneton and Electric, because it is, like, it's possible for Grimmsnarl to, like, conveniently KO both one-prizers. So we don't actually want to set up both. This is actually a moment where, like, actually getting Badooed feels pretty bad. Yeah. Don feels too RNG. Every deck is RNG. RNG doesn't matter. Win rate's the only thing that matters. Why even bother with the eels now? Poor guy getting disrespected. True. Against Snarl, I would run the Magneton. Electric just feels like a liability. I mean, you should only set up one of them. The question is which one. I guess it might come down to prize cards as well. If you prize one over the other, you go for the other one, obviously. But yeah. Any particular reason for not running Secret Box? The Prime Catchers, because then you don't get to play Prime Catcher. The Crustle playing Iron Thorns. Well, yeah, Thorns Crustle. I don't know how that goes against Guardy. I don't know if you're favored or not. If you are favored with Thorns Crustle, then Thorns Crustle is a different kind of beast, to be honest. Kind of the guy. I can just go after the Imp here, right? Yeah, I can just go KO Lone, or he's going to be a Morgrim, but it's unfavored versus Cardi. That's my impression of it, but Energy? Dude, my highest % chance of a card top like there is energy. Give me the energy. Do I play? I could play for the energy rip. Oh, my Muse prize. I can't even do it. I shouldn't have even played this Nest Ball, to be honest. I could draw into like Ultra Ball Double Lightning and just pop the Taunt. I think I'm just gonna research here. I hate it. I hate this. Gosh darn. Oh, maybe... I don't actually know where that air balloon should go, to be honest. Now all I'm doing is popping Magneton. Dude, this feels so bad. I hate this situation. What do I do? This is so bad. Popping Magneton for a single energy. Yo, where's my electric, though? What the heck? Oh, boy. This is terrible. Gosh darn, this be awful. Shucks. It's just the way it's gotta be though, right? It's the way it's gotta be. It's the way it's gotta be, man. It's just the way it's gotta be. Well, if I get me off the prize cards, I want things I'm gonna bench, right? So just take this guy. I actually think KOing the active here is the best thing to KO, because if I KO the monkey, if I use Iron Bundle, they just push Monkey Dory. That's the question would be like, do I not want Iron Bundle in play? Hands Zekrom the Grim. Yeah, I know. Like we have outs. It just feels so low value. It's just so low value. Value is low. L value. Is 60 HP Mike good as well? Nah, 50 guys, the 50 HP is our boy. He's got that magnetic charge. That's the boy right there. Because then you can like turn one going second against a deck. If you miss turn one Iron Hands, you can magnetic charge for an extra energy in play and bench the Dynamo, and then they KO your Magnemite, and then you go electric next turn, and they're on 5, so you're chilling. State up Dynamo, not good here. No, because it's like, it'll be too easy for them to KO the Dynamo. Like they could literally KO the Dynamo this turn, and then they effectively take their second one prize knockout. Against Grimmsnarl, you only ever set up one Magneton or electric. You only set up one of them because they're too. It's too easy for Grimmsnarl to like weave the extra one prize into their prize trade. They're getting in there like that. Is Academy at Night a bad card? No. I don't think that's the question you're asking. I assume you're wondering is Academy at Night ever worth running Miraidon? The answer is yes. It could be. Pretty rude situation. Dude, why are you so rude? Don't be like my opponent, chat. My opponent's being cringe with their plays. Come on, give me one. The only reason we'd want to play Academy at Night is if we feel like we needed a counter stadium. Because playing more energy is almost always just better than playing Academy at Night. It'd be different if like we ran Secret Box, but... With double air balloon, is it ever worth to run Tatsugiri? I just kind of thought of that. It's like another one prize on our bench. I'd probably rather just play another Mew, right? Yeah, I'd probably rather just play another Mew. Could they ever take the advantage of the fact if I put Air Zero Aura in play? Probably not. But I also probably don't want to do it. Honestly, this might be a double Mew deck. We should maybe just have 2 Mews in here. Pricing Mew is terrible. I want my Mew. I want my Mew, man. Can I just get my Mew back, please? Oh! Can I get my Mew? If I bench this Bungle, can they take advantage of that somehow? KO. They have double Monkey Dory. Yes, they can. So getting it back is fine. Putting it in play is not fine. Is Brave Charm Dynamo the play there just now? Nah. What about Magnezone EX for Jellicent? What about Magnezone EX for Jellicent? No clue. I don't know if we need attack for that matchup or not. I play 4 boss. I think we're chilling. Wait, we play 4 boss and we just punch them. Like, I'm getting a turn of items and I have Magneton and Electric. Yeah, I don't think I need attack for that matchup. I destroy them. Brave Charm Dynamo there. I have 8. They wouldn't KO the Dynamo. No, because they could just stack the Dynamo with 8 or something. Yeah, they could just stack the Dynamo with 8 and then I can't even evolve because then it dies to... Well, I guess I could get like 1 turn out of it. Free dub, bro. It's over. Was I planning on updating Ethan's Typhlosion deck vid? Yeah, of course. Eventually. It'll come out. Wait, we're just kind of... Dude, we're just running everything with this deck. Hazel, would you add Hilda to Dragapult deck? I would try out Dragapult with Hilda. I don't know if it's best way to play the deck though. Bar has a really good matchup against almost everything. Bro, I'm in, bro. That's the truth. Gonna catch a Miraidon. Oh, Zekrom. Oh, they're gonna KO Zekrom with Ursaluna. Sure. Not a bad. It's fine, I guess. Wait, no, they're not. Oh, they're KOing it with Grimmsnarl. Sure. Giving me Fez draw is just wait. Why would they ever do this? This never makes any sense. Just punch it and KO it later, right? Why would they do that? They did play around my Iron Bundle, which I guess the Ursaluna is there to play around my Iron. Yeah, why would they draw price cards? All they do is give me Fez draw. Congratulations, you did nothing. Another dub. Should I get second Mew in here? Is it really a second Mew? For the matches that we use Iron Hands in, I don't know if we need a baton, to be honest. The question with that would be, as well, would be like, how frequently can we find the baton to get value out of it? I don't know. See, these kind of games, going second feels really good, but like, is my opponent always drawing this poorly? No. Dude. Give me a 2-hitter, bro. Honestly, I might want the mobility on the Iron Hands. The Brave Charm could still be good. I must value the mobility. Where do I value this mobility the most? The Brave Charm could be nice, though. I don't know what I'm up against here. Just throw it there. What do I gotta do to get 2 energy off this thing? Oh, wait, hold up. Or I commit to the Dynamo right now, because then it gives me more situational energy attachments. See, the Magneton getting off my bench is just so nice. Oh, see, but this is where prize cards get involved. There we go. Let's get it. Dude, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Shout out to my man, Electric Generator. That's right. Pack it up. I can now Ultra Ball. Yeah, losing Prime Catcher is just really gross. Gross. That's gross. And over again. I guess I still have Counter Catcher. Yeah, I don't even have to worry because I prize Squawkabilly again. You thought you had choices. You thought you had options. Squawkabilly. He's a bastard, really. I think I have to value the card draw higher, though. Well, I guess I can theoretically save my Prime Catcher here, though. I can go like this. This is actually fine. It lets me preserve Prime. So I can do this, this. Restart into an energy. Okay, at least... 17? Do I need 17, bro? Do I need 17 of basic lightning energy? What do I need, man? What about I don't kill Watch Illness acceleration energy with electric to draw engine? No, stop. It's terrible. What do you want from me, man? What do you want? Ooh. Yo, shout out my opponent, though, with the Iono hookup, bro. Ah, let's go. It's mid. No. I can Magneton for... Can I get like a Research or an Ultra Ball top? Can I get an Arvin? Can I get... Oh my... Thank you. Appreciate it. Shout out to my deck, bro. Coming in clutch. Is this a bungle moment? If I bundle, they push Chi-Yu. But I'd rather just save the bundle. I think I'd rather just save bundle, right? Hotel room. Yeah, Brave Charm is still kind of nutty, to be honest. Right? Fucking shade on me. This is why Magneton is dope. Like, you can't do that with an electric, bro. This guy? No shot, bro. Oh, shoot. I'm gonna get bodied by, Briar. I'm just gonna get Briared on, right? Holy smokes, folks. We're cooked. Definitely getting cooked by Briar this game. Get the hell out. No energy for turn kind of sucks, but it's fine. Yeah, I feel like I just get cooked by Briar, to be honest. We'll see. Ignition energy for quicker turn one hands. Nope. Ignition energy does not work on basic Pokemon like that. You can attach it to them. It just won't do anything. Yo, appreciate the raid there. LDF. Hope you had a good stream. Appreciate the prime subs there. Lord Dews and then Ketchup Lamar. Welcome both to the Rat Pack. Ketchup. Appreciate the 65 months there. J-Car. Second Pidgey, eh? Same. Dude, you gotta have something here, bro. You are cooked if you do not have something here. You're absolutely bamboozled. Actually, I can't move this or this. They both get stuck if they gust them up. Oh, maximum belt does KO. Okay, my bad. You got it like that. Sure. I wanna get better. So what do I even want to do this turn? I just want to Iron Hands this turn, right? Save the Zekrom. Iron Hands for another 2. Chillin'. We go push this, grab bundle, use bundle, Miraidon Iron Hands, generator, hit 2. That's how we do. And then punch this fish in the mouth. Yeah, he's dead. Look at him. He knows it too. Second for 330. Nope. Wrong. Banned. Artisan. Wait, is that the line here? No, that is the line. It has to be my line, yeah. Yeah, appreciate 2 months there. No, I didn't pronounce it, but I appreciate it. Most definitely do. A little bit of a jump scare there. A little bit of a lack of Iron Hands going around. Okay. Listen. It's not a big deal. Oh my, that's so many. All right, nice trick for the... The only thing that's missing is actual energy. But if they're not in my hand, that means they're in my deck. Change. Okay, now we lose to Briar. And now we just get Briared and lose. Okay, I did forget about Briar, honestly. I mean, I don't know if they actually play the Briar. They actually might not play the Briar. But we should definitely play... If we go up against Charizard, we should be playing around Briar for sure. So once we lose to Briar here, we will no longer be putting Magneton in play. Or we can put it in play in the late game, but we have to like focus... We have to like... Well, I guess for the how I drew this game, I didn't really have a choice, to be honest. How would you play around Briar with their board state? Well, this game I might not have been able to play around Briar, but it's something I'll like remember to like, I shouldn't use Magneton aggressively. I should play around just not using Magneton that game, but... If you knew where Briar's coming, why not Arm Press? Because then I just lose the prize trade. I go Arm Press, I go down to 3, then they go Knockout, and then I go, I lose. No Briar, though. Yo, appreciate the raid there, Esam. Hope you had a good stream. I can't afford to not draw 2 prize cards this turn. Oh, it's like they have to... Oh, dude, they can't even... Dude, with Zekrom on board, you can't... That's so sick. You can't even afford to KO the Fez. If I have Zekrom on board, you have to give me Fez draw. That's insane. You could Prime Catcher the Pidgeotto to make them need one more piece for Quick Search, but just unlucky if they have it all in hand. That's actually a fair point, Saltine. I could have actually used Prime there, then try to find boss this turn. That actually wouldn't have been unreasonable. If I whiff now, though, with Prime in the deck, dude, it's wraps. It's scraps. Guillotine. All right, thin out the deck. Zero Aura. Oh, I could have. You're right. I could have put one energy on my Fez, so I could have threatened Fez KO Charmeleon. Wait, I have 2 prize cards left. Next time. Nah. Prime Catcher every time. Prime Catcher. Sometimes. I should have taken out the bird there, though, for sure. Our odds of drawing Prime Catcher there were super high. All my good cards are right there. Rat Friendly Fire. Yeah. Well, I unlock big in format. I tend to lean second. Yeah, honestly, it feels like blind second. Oh, the Paralysis Coco. Also, Badoo could be good for that matchup as well. Paralysis Coco. Paralysis Coco up against what? Paralysis Coco up against D's? Paralysis Coco against Raging Bolt. Don't they like play a Iron Leaves and that feels like it doesn't. They have Iron Leaves and Prime, but theoretically, if they use Prime, how does that even save you from anything? I'm pretty sure the Cocos just don't do anything in the Raging Bolt matchup. Yeah. Should you had Badoo in the deck? Maybe good. The Badoo sounds good for Raging Bolt. Yeah, Badoo sounds good for Raging Bolt. If you had Latias, you would have won this game. Yeah, but I would have lost every other game because my deck would just suck at that point. So what is this? It's like a retreat lock deck. So now my Mew is thick. What does this guy have for attacks? Dude, Mew copy and impound is miserable. Do they play some weird stuff to like discard tool cards from my hand? I don't know if they play like stuff like that. I mean, they can retreat and impound next turn, so I kind of want to move my Mew. The question is, what am I moving my Mew to? But I don't want to air balloon my Mew. I want to give him like a free impound. I should just set up Iron Hands, right? Setting up Electric a bad thing? It's probably fine, right? Iron Hands and play for Arm and Switch? Yeah, but I don't want to burn... I don't want to burn a Switch. Yeah, I don't want to burn a Switch. I think I should just go attach retreat to... It feels bad to retreat now, but... This guy can start slashing for 2. I'll retreat to my Iron Hands, I think. I could be wrong with this play, but I could be right. As well use Prime Learner off with the next turn. No, because I can boss KO this and I get access to my Prime again. Do I fill my bench to stop them from getting like Squawk or something? Well, I can't fully fill it yet, so maybe I wait a turn. Yeah, maybe I wait one turn. You have a preferred archetype? Something you like to play regardless of its viability outside of tournaments? Do you play what's optimal, of course? Sometimes, yeah. Right now, no. They have Eerie and Zerosic and they can recycle it into their hand. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll just chill for here for a little while. See what happens. Manually attach to my Iron Hands until I can start attacking. Can you please revisit Azumarill now? Maybe at some point. Now that it has Bangle, it's doing 264 energy with easy setup. That doesn't really change its numbers, I feel like, at all. Like, the only thing you can KO now is Golden Go, but weren't you just beating Golden Go anyways? I don't think it changes very much for the deck. Are you think I'm putting the Do in this? Yeah, it's a thought for sure for the Regimalt matchup. When you were doing your stream for improving the game, did hotkeys ever get mentioned? Like what other online games have? Not really. Although I don't know what kind of hotkeys you would do in something like this. I don't know what kind of hotkeys would make sense in something like this, to be honest. Zero Aura is kind of like too costly to like recycle over and over again, right? What else could I put? I could put Fez on my bench. Fez plus Zekrom, and then my bench is like, that seems like a pretty fine bench to have, right? Yeah, this guy, I mean, this guy's kind of cool, but then I manual attach 210. I think I should just do Fez plus Zekrom though. I don't actually want to grab the air balloon. I'm just gonna hold off on that. Oh, weird. I don't even know what I should do. I just fail. Maybe I should just play the boss for the turn instead. The more I think about it. No, I kind of, dude, actually, dude, can I just top deck an energy, bro? I don't want to Ultra Ball. I can take an Ultra Ball with a Bravery Charm and the boss. Sure. What do I gotta do for an energy around here, man? I don't even really want a Dynamotor yet either, though. Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't even attach it. Wait. Did I already attach return? Am I trolling? Sure. You can also Fez target their Spite Ops and make them locking stuff without Sudowoodo harder. Yeah, that's pretty good too. I think we just start with Iron Hands and then go from there, right? Zeraora seems like an add-in to cut either boss or counter catcher. No, I don't think so. I think you still play the same. I don't think you're cutting a boss. The counter catcher, also, yeah, you wouldn't ever cut counter catcher for Zeraora either, I don't think. The counter catcher is just either good or bad. For the... Yeah, I don't think Zeraora changes that. I guess maybe it could fill the role of the counter catcher. It's really hard to fill the role of the counter catcher on the turn. This counter catcher is usually getting utilized with Iron Hands. Like that's I think it's the main reason main way you're getting value out of it. I guess not all the time though. I could see it. I could see counter catcher getting replaced. Yeah, I don't think you're ever cutting a boss though. Boss is just too important in the attack. Attack with Fez first, I think. It's so good. Well, I'm kind of locked into the Iron Hands attack at this point, so yeah. I'm locked into the Iron Hands attacking first at this point. Wait, where did the boss go? Oh, I discarded it. What if maybe I should have kept the boss. I don't know. I wait for an amp though, right? I'm like, I'm not swinging here. I kind of want to amp the Genesect though first. Yeah, I don't really want to. I don't feel like arm pressing up Dedenne. That's for sure. Okay, things are gonna change up now. Oh, this thing just says you can't retreat. Who do they go for? On my Mew. They do 0. What happens when I impound them for 20 though? What happens when I can like, how do they heal? How do they get out of my, I'm going to be doing 20 damage every turn. Can that win the game? Or will they do some weird rat running? Altaria EX? Sure, yeah. A lot of Turos. I mean, Turo means they'll run out of energy eventually, right? Okay, here comes the Altaria. Wait, how do they stop from decking out, though? Because right now they're decking out first. How do they stop that? Abra Jet? Oh, Jet Abra? That is pretty cute, yeah. Miracle Headset Iono Loop? Well, no, but if they're Miracle Headsetting, then they have to use this guy, which means I can retreat that turn, right? So I'm not, like, scared of that. The Denai doesn't work, because every now and then they'll have to move. I think they play Monkey Dory. I guess Monkey Dory would also work, true, yeah. Well, we'll start impounding eventually, and we'll see what they have, I guess. Might take us a while. I need to prep like an energy on both of these. They probably want to eventually bring in Chi-Yu to mill you out. Well, yeah, sure, but that's like super far away. Explain why the 1/1 Dynamo line is okay rather than 2. Anything, I mean, the first thing to understand is like anything can be okay. Yeah, anything can be okay. Like, 2 is more than 1, so as far as 5 prize card variants go, that's better, but it also takes up more space in your deck, so then you get to run less of other cards. Yeah, one thing is correct. It's either correct to play 2, or it's correct to play 1, or it's correct to play 3, or it's correct to play 4, or it's correct to play 5. Why no Amp there? I can't. Amp costs 4 energy. There's no energy in my discard pile. Yeah. 2/2 could be better than a 1/1. Yeah. But so far, 1/1 feels fine. And you'd prefer to play a 1/1 because you never really set up 2 anyways. Yeah. It's also correct. It's not correct to play Magneton. It's correct to play just like a 2/2 Dynamotor or 2/2, yeah, 2/2 Electric as well. That could be fine, but. I mentioned 2 as a fear of prizing it. Yeah, sure. I mean, that's like not a. I mean, I think I amp this to unlock my Prime Catcher, right? Make them worry. Oh, that would be. Yeah, sure. I'm not gonna overthink it. Give me this guy. But the thing with that though, Ro, like you should like apply that to everything. It's like, well, why do you only play 1 Bravery Charm? What if you prize it? Why do you only play 1 Switch? What if you prize it? Like if you apply that to everything, it seems kind of silly, right? So it's like, once you apply it to everything and you realize it's silly to apply it to everything. Well, you only play 1 Fez. What if you prize your Fez? You only play 1 Iron Bundle. What if you prize your Iron Bundle? You only play 1 Mew. What if you prize your Mew? You only play 2 Iron Hands. What if you prize your 2 Iron Hands? And it's like, okay, so that's not how we pick cards. We don't pick cards based on a fear of prizing it. Strictly. Now, prizing something could be a factor as to why you play more of something. But it's not like that's not the only factor. Or that's not, yeah, that factor isn't like the only reason you play more or less of something. It can be a factor, but it's not like strictly, it's just like, well, you could prize it. It's like we could prize anything, technically. It has to be like, do we feel like 1/1 is enough to set it up consistently enough for how often we need it, including the prize factor? Because like we could prize it sometimes, but if we win enough games where we prize Electric, first we'd have to hit a game where we want to set up the Electric, and then we'd have to prize it, and then we have to lose that game where Electric would have made a difference for us to then be like, okay, how often does that percentage of games happen, right? And then once it's high enough, then you go, okay, we need more, right? So that's kind of what you do. Yeah, so that's kind of how you like want to think about it. Yeah. That's how you want to think about it. You want to be like, all right, 1/1 electric. How often is it prized in games where we would have needed it, and it would have actually won us the game if we had it, and the fact that it was prized and we couldn't find it before then, like, loses us the game, basically. Very sure to be an important part of the engine, so I guess if it's working right now for you, thought it'd be needed in every game. No, yeah, it's definitely not needed in every game. I mean, we're still getting pseudoed. What do I KO here, though? I mean, are they ever going to recover the guy? Oh, he's already back in their deck. Okay, I should probably prime catch it right now. So are they getting the guy back, or what are we doing here? I guess give me that rat. Give me another 2. Wait, did they actually get it back? Oh, yeah, they did get it back. They just didn't get it set up with a tool card. So we should just use this while we can. I guess there might have been another opportunity to have made that work, but we discussed about the Magnemite before Merida. Oh, playing the 1/1 Magneton versus 2/2 Magneton, or? Yeah, it's the exact same logic. Yeah, you can apply it to everything up to the point where you can't play any more of the card, right? Like, we can't play a 5th boss's order, so, like, only play 4. Oh, shit, that is a beefy Wudo. Holy smokes, man. Oh, wait, that Wudo's impervious. Dude. Wait, do I just lose now? Wait, they have a 1-card deck, though. Or I guess I need them to show me. Right, I lose, right? At this point, I've lost. Game over. Well, I guess I can, like, boss up other stuff and punch them with Mew. Also, I want them to show me that they can't deck out, right? Like, I should make my opponent show me that. Boss Cruel Arrow is a thing? Yeah. I mean, or I can bring up Zorak and just... Oh, wait, no, I can't use Zorak. Yeah, I guess... Uh-oh. Dude, Abra Jet. There it is. Shuffle him back. Yeah, I don't think I beat that, right? I would just lose now. Where's my Russian, bro? Who's this? Okay, so now I could wire hang for 90 3 times. What is this guy's attack? Is that a usable attack? This thing? Well, I'd see if they evolve it, I guess, first. What does this guy do? 140? Wait, they just... Hey, I gotta impound him back, bro. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Something fishy's going on here. Don't tell them. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell. I'm not gonna leak. I'm not gonna leak. Did you open the product Pokemon Send yet? No, I'm gonna do that over the weekend. Try to imitate? Okay, we can try to imitate, yeah. But I don't have win on board, right? I'm still missing like a win on board. Because this guy's got effectively... I discarded a boss earlier too. That's probably a mistake. Yeah, I can't one-shot it with Amp, but... Yeah, I can't win. Try to imitate. Unlucky. How many gusts have they used? I don't even know. 2 counter catcher, 1 boss. So I don't know how many gusts they have left. Wait, I get to retreat into whatever I want, but I don't have anything I can retreat to and win the game, is what I'm saying. Like, there's no way to win. I can KO the Sudowoodo though, which is like pretty good. bad, man. What, can you infinitely loop imitating genome hacking? No, whenever there's an infinite loop in the Pokemon TCG, it just breaks. It just ends. If you genome hacking, it's just over. If you genome hacking, you genome hacking, but then it immediately breaks the genome hacking. How can we kill Sudowoodo? I don't know how much HP you got. Got 150. I'll figure it out. You also have to move the bird. Oh, they have jet. Wait. Didn't you need to, boss? No, I'm just gonna amp. I'm just gonna arm press. Dude. That's so funny. They didn't even need to put Altaria in play, bro. They threw so bad. No. Holy smokes.